WEDGE TALK Protecting Our River Habitat by Vicky Shukmurogloου Nillumbio. Enchantment sits quietly and restores as mists rise and swirl from our river's breath. Every year, this signal of seasonal transformation performs its ethereal dance. Every year, its beauty enthralls. Some mornings, the dance is brief. The chemistry of evaporation and temperature variation is roused in plumes that dissipate quickly, leaving us wanting more. Other mornings offer a feast for the curious-minded as voluminous clouds emerge from the water, or seemingly just above, drifting, skimming, caressing. The sun illuminates as they rise in steady form or gentler cycles of movement. They follow the flow of water, yet also hold distinction. These mists lick around rocks, pour out of clumps of plants, hover and entwine, and swirl skyward. It's a mystery that beckons and tells us something about the day. Dusky moorhens swim within the protective shadows of overhanging vegetation, occasionally joining the dance. A familiar screech with flaring yellow crest pulls our gaze upwards. We give the local cockatoo a nod, admire its gleaming body in the early light, and quietly ponder its family. Around our feet, leaves are delicately hemmed with frosty crystals, as this is a particularly fresh morning. The harsh realities this river faces are briefly blotted from our minds as enchantment settles in. We need to give ourselves that reprieve. We remain in gratitude, in cherishment, in respect, and we do this for our sake, for the river and all those connected lives, and for the people who have long cared for it, from tens of thousands of years ago. There is much to learn about this life force and its far-reaching presence in the land. Reams of information describe its formation and flow to the sea. Sedimentation, volcanic eruption, and erosion are part of the story. The scene is dramatic and almost ungraspably vast. A quick search reveals the kinds of animals living in its various habitats that are as diverse as tall wet forests, billabongs, rocky escarpments, and salt flats. What about the animals that used to be prolific and no longer are? How well do we know and give a nod to black swans or koalas? What about bandicoots, emus, dunnarts, lace monitors, or raccolii? Freshwater mussels and the Yarra pygmy perch, the pouched and short-headed lamprey. Fabian Douglas, a friend and old resident of the area, described his delight in finding Australian smelt in the river when he was a young boy. He spoke of their beauty.
They are virtually transparent with a fine metallic silvery line that follows their backbone from the back of their head to the base of their tail. Bright silver eyes and a silver stomach lining.
He described their slippery protective coating and how susceptible they are to harm from handling and heat. Further reading confirms the decline of native fish populations due to pollution, agricultural and industrial chemicals, turbid water, foreign pathogens and parasites, habitat loss, and more. The same threats are faced by the enigmatic platypus, whose numbers have also declined. Photos online show human-made objects at their most lethal in the local area. They show the harm brought to animals by hairbands, balloons, and sparkling confetti, fishing line and old yabby traps, rings from plastic containers, cigarette butts, and more. We also know the toxicity of dog poo. The challenges can feel insurmountable. Each time I pick up another piece of litter, I sense reciprocity at play. Each time my tears well up as I float down the river, hauling out innumerable forms of waste, I am calmed and urged on by enchantment. I think of the creatures in the once clear waters, the short-finned eels on their journey to the coral sea, the translucency of the smelt, the dive of the long-necked turtle, and feel emboldened and connected to their lives. About Vicky. Vicky is a member of Nillumbio. Discover more about the biodiversity of Nillumbik at nillumbio.org.